Okay, starting on the translation for the second half. So the first of 3 translation guides. So from 588. Looking at nothing else but the translation, just how to help you know how Latin works. Because as I keep saying, knowing that is the key to everything else. I mentioned yaktabam, such things. So vocab 24, talis tale, and this is neuter plural. And I hurried with a maddened mind. In the dictionary, whenever you have pharaoh as a passive, it can be to hurry. So this is hurried being literally I was carried here. Furiata with a having been made mad, so just maddened. Mente, mind. Another ablative singular combination, which is very common. When my nourishing mother, cum. Where is nourishing mother? Oh, there it is. Alma parens, parent mihi, mother for parent for me. It's relating to Venus in this case, if you're wondering which parent. Presented herself to be seen. Oh, give me a sec. So presented herself to be seen. She obtulated, so ob pharaoh, which is like saying offer, like she offered herself. Say herself. Widendam is accusative gerundive. So it's, you see the ND and it has an AM ending, which means it must be a gerundive. It can't possibly be a gerund. That agrees with say, because say is accusative singular. To be seen, never so bright in front of my eyes. So not so bright. So yeah, so as in she'd never been brighter than at this moment is what it is, but it just says not. Tam clara, so bright in front of my eyes. So ante, yeah, it says in front. Oh, it could be like ante are, because ante definitely takes the accusative. So yeah, so it says just in front of my eyes for all intents and purposes. And she shone in the clear light of the night. Refulsit. So anything got to be full, like I think it's fulgeo, it's got to be gleaming, shining. So she shone, refulsit is just a stronger version. She shone, actually it means I like to reflect light. So yeah, it just anything got to be gleaming. So she literally reflected light. That must be pura. Not sure how it works. In the clear light of the night. Oh, no, sorry. What? Oh, no. Refulsit must mean just to reflect light. That must be the whole verb. Pura has to be clear. So pura luce, another example of R and E in an ablative singular. So yeah, this must be a long A. In the clear light, like the word pure, of the, you just say of the night, but literally throughout the night. In the clear light throughout the night. Yeah, so sort of the night sounds a little bit better. Just make this a little more concise. Having revealed herself to be a goddess, that must be confessor. It's like the word confession, I guess. Having revealed herself to be is understood. A goddess, Dayam. I guess that's an indirect statement. Having revealed that she was a goddess, you could say, with an understood accusative and infinitive. Go figure. And such as and how greatly it was accustomed for her to be seen. Que is like putting et in between here. And such as et quanta and how greatly. You'd say it was accustomed just to make it sound good, but it is accustomed for her understood. I'll just scroll down a tiny bit. Actually, I'll scroll down a lot. It was accustomed for her, understood, videri, to be seen, kailikolis, by the gods. So they're technically people who kolo means to inhabit, and they inhabit the kaili, the kailum, the sky. So just gods, by the gods. And she stopped me, that he stopped me from killing Helen. Que, like putting and before dextra, and she contained me, continuit, yet like stopped me, understood. Prehensum. This is yeah, so stopped a having a taken hold of, a having been taken hold of, dextra. Now I imagine that must be, yeah, there must be a long A, yeah. So it's the first long syllable in the 5th foot dactyl. So by my right hand, understood. So the weapon holding hand, which would with the weapon which would kill Helen, of course. So yeah, you carry weapons in your right hand. By my right hand, que, in super, just an adverb, over and above, she imparted, like she added. Hike is the object, host, has, hike. 99.9% of the time it's accusative, plural, neuter. Imparted these things to me, understood, from her rosy lips or mouth. So roseo, roseus rosy, looks like rosy, ore, from her mouth. Yeah, lips are rosy. They're the rim of the mouth. So yeah, you wouldn't say rosy mouth. Nate, oh my son, what such great grief? What quis? Now it's usually a who, but in Latin, obviously, of masculine, feminine, masculine and feminine inanimate objects. So yeah, you just say what? Tantus, dolor, such great grief. Dolor must be masculine because it's tantus. So just to help with the declension. Rouses this wild anger. Excitat, rouses. Indomitus, wild, untamable. So for example, the word indomitable, it cannot be, for example, mastered. See that, domi. Anger, and it's plural, technically it's anger, so you must be really angry. So just that plural form, just showing that it's double the normal anger, you could say. Quid furis, quid can be what, very occasionally it can be why, such as here. Why are you mad? Why do you show fury? Ought, or quonam is just a fancy word for where. Has your care, literally care for you. Kura is the subject for requesit. Care for you. For what is ours vanished, of us withdrawn to. Yeah, so nostri, yeah, you'd say loosely for what is ours, but literally it's actually the genitive of nos, so of us. Care for you of us. So yeah, you can see requesit, has withdrawn. It's just a much better way to say that. So yeah, as I was saying, yes, she's just reproaching him, just for not, I guess, being the public Aeneas, but just thinking more about just private emotions. Will you not look at where you previously left your father Anchises? So will you not, liqueris, is short for reliqueris, by the way. So leave behind. So will you not look at, aspici ace, will you, known, not look at, ubi, where, reliqueris, you left, you prius left, you previously left, your parentem, your parent, in this case, your father, anchises, that's an accusative form, tired with age. So this agrees, this is accusative singular masculine, agreeing with anchises, tired, aitas, aitatis. So tired with age. And may, it says, oh no, there's no and. Superet, may he, she, or it overcome. It can also just mean survive. May creusa, so this must be this is nominative, subject of superet, so this must be a 6 foot trochee. And by the way, yeah, creusa is 3 syllables, so this is not a diphthong. So may creusa survive, may your conjuncts, by the way. And the name makes it a question, as you can see on the next line. May your wife creusa, this by the way is a J, just as a reminder for scansion, and your son or your boy, Ascanius. Undique, on all sides, or from all sides. The graai, sorry, just another word for Greeks, wander around all these lines of troops. Yeah, Kirkelmerant could be one word, so wander around. Really would be an omnes, all, quos, yeah, all which, connecting relative, but you'd say like all these, all those, archies, fifth declension noun, lines of troops. And if my concern may not resist, ni is just a, this is just a variation of the word known. If mea cura, so short a's, my concern, non resistat, may not resist, so another present subjunctive. The flames will have already swept them away. Flammae, future perfect, will have ferro-ferratuli, borne them already away. I think, yeah, tularum can mean to sweep away, I guess. And the enemy's sword will have emptied them of their blood. And inimicus can mean an enemy, can also be a an adjective. Inimicus are all meaning hostile or just something of an enemy. And the enemy ensis, Masterman's word, enemy sword will have horserit, emptied. It doesn't have an object, but what it means is emptied them of their blood, a very vivid image. So the face of the Spartan daughter of Tyndareus, the Phakias, another fifth declension noun. The face of the Spartan daughter, so Lakainai, and its daughter because it's I, genitive first declension feminine. Tindaridis, a genitive after another genitive of Tindareus. She's talking about Helen here. So just a context question, who's this? Talking about Helen. Is not detested by you. Est is understood. In Visa is known. In Visa, not hated. Yeah, literally for you, but you just say by you. Where is like saying or. You can say nor here. Nor is Paris, nor has Paris, culpatus est, has Paris been blamed. So she's saying neither Paris nor Helen is to blame. The severity of the gods, so the unmercilessness, so like inclement weather. Devorum, of the gods, devorum, that is yes, of the gods. Avertit, overthrew, can be also overthrows. Has opes, so those two words agree, these powers, and throws Troy from its height to the ground. Que, and is like putting it before sternit, throws Troyam aculmine, from its height. Where is to the ground? It must be, sternit must mean throw to the ground, because it just stops there. But aculmine is like a culmination. So we get that word. So that's a word where you can remember the word height. Aspice, look. For nam or namque, and for, I'll tear away all the gloom. Where is this? I will tear away. Oh, there it is. Eripiam. Yes, I'll snatch away. Future tense. I will tear away. Omnem. Right. Is that, it must agree. It must be nubem, which is a word for a cloud, but I imagine it can also mean gloom. Which now, quai nunc, drawn over you, which now drawn over for you. It must be abductor. Yeah, so drawn, having been drawn over. So I imagine nubase is, must agree, nubase, which is feminine. Having been drawn over literally for you. Now this, a mortal watching. So mortalis, it makes no sense to be mortalis, to be perfectly honest, but this is the sense of it. Tuenti, PAP of a deponent verb, and that's definitely dative for you. Dims your vision, literally visions. Hebetats your visus, and all around about is damply dim. Your vision, hang on, so could be vision for you. Depends where that tibi belongs to. It could be the drawn over for you. So meant just putting it up here rather than down here. And Kirkum, around, you'd say like all around, is damply dim. Is umida, and to dim to dim your vision must be mortal watching dims your vision, and all around about is damply dim. I have no idea how Caligat fits in here. I just want to move on for now. You don't be afraid of any of your mother's orders. So you, nay is like saying known. Don't time, so don't fear, imperative. Qua is just any, in this case. Qua usa, things having been ordered, of your parents. Nor refuse to obey her orders. Neu is like saying and not. Nor recusa, another command, refuse. Parere, to obey, which takes the dative. Her advice, her precepts. So that has to be dative plural. Here, hic, ubi, where, vides, you see, scattered piles and rocks torn off from rocks. Disjectas, so having been thrown all over the place. Compound of yakio. Scattered, makes sense. Moles, mass, bulk, masonry, piles, and rocks torn off from rocks. And que, and saxa, rocks, awulsa agrees, having been torn off, saxis, from rocks, 6 foot spondy. And billowing smoke mixed with dust. Que, and undantem, so you're still
seeing this. Undantem, billowing is like waving, so like undulating. So billowing, fumum, smoke, mixto, having been mixed, pulvis pulveris, with dust. Neptune, sea god. Neptune is quatit, shaking. So anything got to with qua, quas, quat is like the word quake, is shaking the muros, the walls, and the foundations. Que, I imagine foundations is fundamenta, like the word fundamental. Having been removed by his great trident, so the weapon that characterized Neptune. Having been removed, a mota, so having been moved out. Magno, by his great tridenti, trident. And he's uprooting the whole city from its foundations. Eruit, so it's just generally destroying. So yeah, rushes out, ruins out. Yeah, just a strong form of the word ruin. And he's uprooting the totam, so que totam urbem, the whole city, assedibus, from its seats, from its foundations. So Venus stops him from killing Helen, says not Helen's fault, not even Paris's fault. Troy is fated to fall, it's bound to fall, and she reveals the gods doing this to Aeneas. Hic, here again, the very savage Juno, Saevissima, usually it's aspera. So Juno, you know, first holds the Skyan gates, so Troy's western gates. So first, prima, agreeing with Juno, who's feminine. Tenet, holds, you got to hold an object. The Skyas portas. And raging, que furens, calls her allied army from the ships. Calls wacat the socium agmen. Again, yeah, socius can be a noun, but here it's an adjective. Usually it's an ally, so as a noun it's ally, so as an adjective be allied. Army, agmen, column, army on the march, arnaibus, from the ships. Acincta, having been armed. Now we had kingitur before, so you gird yourself in your armor. So yeah, having been like taken up arms. So the kingo or kinctus is being encircled. So having been armed, Pharaoh with her sword. So just showing that it is the gods that are destroying the city with their weapons. There's nothing, cannot be saved. Now look behind you, literally look back. Iam, respice, look back. Tritonian palace, so Tritonia Palace, sat on the highest strongholds. Inside it's just a, so in Placideo, sat on the Sumas Arces, sat on the highest strongholds. Sending effulgens, literally blazing, but yeah, sending lightning from a storm cloud, nimbo, where we get the word nimbus from, and fierce from her Gorgon shield. Et Saiwa, she is also savage or fierce, from literally from Gorgon, but just, yeah, that's the impression that is on her shield. So just, they have weapons and they also have shields. So just showing that it's the gods who are leveling Troy, as is mentioned in the lectures. The father of the gods himself. So you should know who that is, just another context thing in Jupiter.
supplies courage, literally courages. So supplies, sufficit, like the word sufficient. So if you have sufficient supplies, you've been supplied with them. Imagine this must be, oh, no. Animos is courage, yeah. So, yeah, it's in the plural. Que, and fortunate strength to the Greek. So secundus is second or favorable, like a favorable wind, but here it would agree with race. Yeah, often you have is, when technically, formally it should be regular, it should be ace. Fortunate strength to the Greeks. And he himself, there's no and it's a repeat of himself again. He himself, so just emphasizing what he does, stirs the gods against Trojan arms. Oh. So, suscitat, stirs the deos. So it's like the general of the gods, you could say. The gods in Dardarna. Now, when you have in plus accusative and it's military context, it's like against. Yeah, so usually what's onto Dardarna. So people of Dardanus are Trojans, ancient Trojan king. Upon Trojan arms, onto Trojan arms. So eripe can be snatched away, but here in this case, it would mean like a hasten. Hasten your fugam, your flight. You can say rescue your flight, nate, O son, Aeneas. And put an end to your efforts. So stop fighting, get away. The city can't be saved. It's beyond saving. And put an end to your efforts. So impone, another command. Yeah, put an end to. Yeah, so literally put upon. But finem, put an end to labori, dative of labor, to your effort, but you can say efforts. I will be there everywhere, literally absent nowhere. So I will be absent. Nusquam is another word for nowhere. You can just flip it around, make it positive, but it is litotes. So saying that she will be present by saying she will not be present never. For you, understood, and I will place you safe by your father's house. I will place system. Anything that's consistent has got to be halting. So I will, put you there, stationary. Put you, te, agreeing with te is tutum, safe, Masterman's word, patrio, of one's father, by your father's, literally threshold, but it's a house. Dixerat, she had spoken, and she hid herself. There's not too long to go here. Yep, so just that section there, and that is it for this here. She had spoken, she hid herself, literally placed herself in ambush. So she, when you condo oneself, it's to place in ambush. Placed herself in ambush in the night's thick shadows. So species, now you've got 3 ISs, but 2 are long, 1 is short. So species goes with umbris. In the thick shadows, so this is a 6th foot spondy, noctis. So this is a short, actually it might be a long S by position because of the S after it. But yeah, if it weren't in poetry, it would definitely be short. Nox, nox, noctem, noctis. So genitive singular third declension is short. In the night 6 shadows. Dirai facies, ominous shapes, apparent, where we get the word apparent from, appear, and que, you can just add an also, inimica Troiae, hostile Troiae to Troy, the great power of gods. So the magna numina, the great divine will or power, Masterman's word, deorum, of the gods. Okay, so that's it for this video. It's part of the translation.